Hello students, so my name is Gyanendra Kumar Dwivedi and I am biology educator in India. Today we are going to see topic oogenesis. So what is oogenesis, students? Oogenesis, this word only is saying whole story. Oo means oo is indicating female gamete ovum and genesis means formation. So formation of female gamete. Formation of female gamete is called oogenesis. Okay, is oogenesis. And what is site for this formation? So primary reproductive organ of female, ovary. They are small almond shaped structures. They are one pair and they are considered as primary sex organ in female. Okay, how the process start? Let's see. Actually, the whole story start. The process of oogenesis start when that girl is in mother womb. My God. When she is in mother womb, then only the whole story start. Okay, and there is one cell. That cell is called oogonia. This oogonia, it's a kind of primordial germ cell. Primordial germ cell, which is diploid cell. This oogonia will go through mitosis and it will increase its number. Right? By multiple mitosis, this oogonia will increases their number and then they differentiate a little and they form a cell that's called primary oocyte. Okay, so oogonia will go through mitosis, growth, and finally it will form primary oocyte. If we talk about Poloidy here, so our this oogonia is diploid cell. It has total 46 number of chromosome. Okay, and in that 46 number of chromosome, 44s are autosome and 2 are sex chromosome. They are same only. They are XX. Right? Same about our primary oocyte also. Primary oocyte have also same number of chromosome, 46 chromosome. In that 2 are sex chromosome. It is the primary oocyte where the process of meiosis start, and by meiosis finally it will form female gamete, that is ovum. Let's see how it is. Actually, you all know meiosis have two stages. First one is meiosis first. So this primary oocyte will go through meiosis first and it will form total 2 cells. But the process, it's not such a smooth actually. It's not that much smooth actually. During meiosis first, what are the subphases also Prophase first, metaphase first, anaphase first, telophase first, cytokinesis first. During prophase first only, this process stopped, this process ceased. Okay, prophase first. During prophase first, this process ceased, it stopped actually. Okay, and this primary oocyte will enter into dormant stage of prophase first. You can ask, sir, in prophase first also when? So actually, what are the subphases of prophase first? Leptotin, zygotin, pakitin, diplotin. So in diplotin, in prophase first also, in diplotin, it's used to cease, it's used to stop. And then this primary oocyte, this will enter into dormant stage. Till this lady will take birth, this girl will not come in puberty. Okay. Actually, after completing its gestation period, this girl taken birth, and after birth she came to puberty. Okay. At the age of puberty means the 10 to 11 year of age when secondary sexual character used to appear. During that time, our pituitary gland, our hypothalamus secrete one hormone, very important hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone. And this gonadotropin releasing hormone, it will secrete, and by hypophyseal portal system, it's a system of blood capillaries. By hypophyseal portal system, it will enter into anterior pituitary, and from anterior pituitary it causes secretion of 2 hormones. One is follicle stimulating hormone and another one is luteinizing hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone, student, is responsible for follicular maturation in female. What is follicular maturation? Actually, this whole process, the female gamete formation occurs, it's happening within a pouch. That pouch is called follicle. See, this is what gamete in the, this is what our ovary, and in the cortex part of ovary, see, stepwise follicular maturation is happening here. Okay, So for maturation of follicle, within this follicle, female gamete is also getting matured. For maturation of follicle, follicle stimulating hormone is required. So this follicle stimulating hormone will click on, it will initiate, it will restart the process of follicular maturation, and within that follicle, our female gamete will also mature. So finally, they will complete meiosis first, and they will form two cells. Both cells are haploid cells. Both cells have 23 number of chromosome. But can you see a difference between these two cells? This cell and this cell. One cell, this large cell is called secondary oocyte, and this small cell, small in size, is called primary polar body or first polar body. So can you see difference between primary polar body and secondary oocyte? They have same number of chromosome. Guys, they have same number of chromosome actually. But amount of cytoplasm is high in secondary oocyte. Okay. So it's a case of equal karyokinesis but unequal cytokinesis. Here division of nucleus, division of chromosomes are equal, but cytoplasmic division is different here. Okay. So this secondary polar body, our primary polar body in future it will after formation it will degenerate, and secondary polar body will enter in the meiosis second. During meiosis second, during meiosis second again we have different phases: prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second. Again, this meiosis second will stop. When? Metaphase second. In metaphase second, meiosis second will stop actually. Right? Now this secondary oocyte have two options. Either, like lady is married, so see this secondary oocyte will interact with the spermatozoa, and if she is not married, then she will not interact with spermatozoa. And if she will not interact with spermatozoa, that will degenerate. Actually, secondary oocyte will degenerate after that. But if this secondary oocyte is interacting with spermatozoa, it's encountered by spermatozoa, approached by spermatozoa, then this cell from metaphase it will come to anaphase second. Anaphase second, and the process of meiosis second complete, and this cell convert into total two cells. Okay, one cell is called secondary polar body. Again, it's also very small in size. Okay, and it's going to degenerate actually. And second cell is our ovum, our beautiful female gamete. Female gamete. Okay, have 23 chromosome. They are haploid cell. Our secondary polar body also 23 chromosome. They are also haploid cell. But the secondary polar body will degenerate. Okay. One question you can ask here, sir. How? I mean, how it is? Sperm is required for maturation of female gamete. Yes, you are hearing absolutely right. See, this is what our secondary oocyte. Okay, when this secondary oocyte is encountered by spermatozoa, when spermatozoa will enter into secondary spermatozoa, secondary oocyte, it will causes influx of calcium ion. Influx of calcium ion inside the secondary oocyte. And this influx of calcium ion will break one protein. It will degenerate one protein. That protein name is metaphase promoting factor. This metaphase promoting factor will degenerate. This metaphase promoting factor was holding this secondary oocyte in metaphase. It will degenerate, and another protein activate, anaphase promoting complex. This anaphase promoting complex will activate, and the cell will come to anaphase, then telophase, then cytokinesis. Right? So you can see here, strike of the sperm only initiated the process of, restarted the process of meiosis second again. So finally we got only one gamete by one primary spermatocyte. But in the case of male gamete, you see, by one primary spermatocyte we got total 4 gamete cells. right? But in female, only one. Actually, female gamete is larger in size, 1 to 2,000 times larger than the male. So female body, the nature cannot afford so many female gamete, right? So that's why these two cells degenerated during the process of gametogenesis. Remaining we'll see in next class. Bye.